Nancy Cortez is on Capitol Hill. Nancy, Bernie Sanders is still in the race, holding a rally Thursday. What is the Clinton campaign's priority now? Reaching out to Sanders supporters or focusing fully on Donald Trump?
I think that they're focused on both, Elaine. When it comes to Bernie Sanders, the two campaigns are in communications because it's going to be difficult for Hillary Clinton to win over a significant chunk of Sanders supporters, certainly not all, but a chunk, until Bernie Sanders himself decides, A, to get out of the race, and B, get behind Hillary Clinton in some way. And so they're working first on making sure that they have a good dialogue with Sanders himself. What does he want? Well, I'm told that he's concerned that if he gets out of the race, the Clinton campaign and the party writ large will sort of turn their backs on the progressive message and policies that made him such a force in this campaign in the first place. These are policies he believes in very deeply. It's why he got into the race. And so he is sitting down with the president on Thursday to talk about these issues. He's sitting down with leadership here on Capitol Hill as well. And going forward, the Democratic Party platform is being crafted right now in preparation for the convention in July, and he's going to be watching how that process plays out. If they're not picking up on enough of his proposals, things like a $15 minimum wage or a ban on fracking, he could end up holding out and saying, you know what, I don't think I'll concede until the convention.
It was interesting, Senator Sanders didn't mention Clinton until more than halfway through his speech Tuesday night and reiterated that he is in it until the convention. Let's go ahead and take a listen to that.
And then we take our fight for social, economic, racial, and environmental justice to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I know that the fight in front of us is a very, very steep fight. But we will continue to fight for every vote and every delegate we can get.
So, Nancy, what he didn't say there was the usual kind of talk that he gives about superdelegates. Did you notice any kind of shift at all in his tone?
You know, what I noticed from that speech, Elaine, was just how elated his supporters were when he vowed to take that fight all the way to the convention. There are a number of Bernie Sanders supporters who believe that he still has a shot at flipping superdelegates. And part of the reason they believe that is because he's told them that he has that shot. Now, the reality is that he has been talking about this for a couple of months now, and he hasn't been able to flip any of them. But they really believe in his message. And the dynamic that you see there is the key reason why Democratic leaders up here that I've spoken to today are giving him a very wide berth. They know that it's going to take time for him to come around, for his supporters to come around, and they need those supporters, not just for Hillary Clinton, but for Democrats up and down the ticket. He won nearly 12 million votes in this election, Elaine, and he had a record-breaking donor base as well that they are really going to want to tap into. And so he is holding some pretty important cards. In fact, the vice president was up here on Capitol Hill and was asked by reporters today what he thinks Sanders should do. And he said, hey guys, let's be graceful. Let's give him the time he needs to get out. So nobody at this point is trying to force him out.
Nancy, you mentioned earlier the meeting that's taking place on Thursday. Well, late Tuesday, in a written statement, the White House said President Obama had called to congratulate both Clinton and Sanders and noted that Sanders requested that meeting with the president Thursday. What do you make of those carefully crafted words from the White House?
I think that they want to make it clear why they aren't granting Hillary Clinton the same courtesy. You know, the president was up in New York on Wednesday. Hillary Clinton is just outside of the city in Chappaqua for the day, and they certainly could have met if the president wanted to or if Hillary Clinton wanted to, but they didn't. And there is a sense that they are giving Bernie Sanders some time to figure out his next move, to announce his next move before the president and Hillary Clinton come out and do some big event saying, rah, rah, I'm getting behind the likely Democratic nominee. And so the question now is, when exactly will that moment come? When will we see the president and Clinton side by side? The president has indicated that he's eager to sort of get out there and campaign for her, but he really can't do that in full force until Bernie Sanders announces A, that he's dropping out, or B, that he is really radically changing his quest in some way. And I'm told by the half dozen supporters of his who are lawmakers here on Capitol Hill that he is unlikely to do that before next Tuesday at the very earliest. That's when the nation's final primary, the D.C. primary, is taking place.
All right, all eyes will be on that meeting on Thursday. Nancy Cordes reporting from Capitol Hill for us. Nancy, thank you.
You're welcome.